Hey, what up everybody, this is Steve Breach coming to you today. I was going to make a video on watching the first episode of WCW Monday Nitro on the WWE Network. I wanted to let you know that this was a really good show. Hell was going down, but then again, the people that were there were excited to be there. Hulk Hogan had opened up a store in the food court where basically, they made spaghettis, pastas, rigatonis, things like that. They sort of like a Sbarro's. It doesn't look like they have pizza on the menu, and he's, getting free advertising for this place. It didn't really open or really last that long. I can't find any information on when they closed. I do know that people are still selling the sauce, I guess, that they've, stored for years. Thinking that people might want to buy this. I don't know if people would want to eat it. I don't know why it would be a collector's item, but if you go on eBay, you can find some Hulk Hogan Pasta Mania sauce that's been sitting around since 1994, maybe 1995. But, he plugs the place. He says that he's going to win the match because he's filled up with Pasta Mania, and he's got a matchup against Big Bubba Rogers, who used to be the big boss man, as they go along. After that, we go to the main event of the night, which would be Hulk Hogan, the champion, going up against Big Bubba Rogers, a.k.a. the big boss man. Normal, typical match. Hogan gets pushed around a little bit. Hogan hulks up. Hogan drops the leg drop. Hogan gets the win, and, after this, Lex Luger runs down again. They get separated by Macho Man, Sting. All the baby faces of the company are in the ring, and Luger drops the promo. Oh, the Dungeon of Doom run out, and they have to fight out the Dungeon of Doom. Luger and Hogan go back to back, and then they look at each other like they were going to fight, and then they sort of pull back. And Luger, has a really good promo. Maybe the delivery wasn't good, but once you step back and you think about what he says, it does sort of make this look like a dream match in some sort of a situation. Basically, Hogan was a WWF guy, while Luger was a WCW guy. Hogan quit wrestling, so Vince brought Luger in to become the new Hogan of the company. While Hogan is, taking his break, he goes to WCW. So it almost looks like these guys are just in different places at the different times, and they're big stars. Luger says, I beat who you've beat who I've beat, but we've never fought each other. We need to see who the better man is. Sting and Savage are pulling them apart, and they're telling us to come back next week and see what happens, and then they give us a commercial plugging the upcoming pay-per-view, which would be Fall Brawl and War Games. So, it was a fun, exciting show. I talked about it for 15 minutes here, and it was only 45 minutes long. One thing that, would be fun to do, since, they've uploaded so many of these Nitros, and they're all in a row on the network, would be just to keep going. Watch episode 2, episode 3. That's going to hype the pay-per-view. Of course, all the WCW pay-per-views are there. So you watch the pay-per-view and you go Nitro, Nitro, Nitro. Lots of jokes were made on Monday Night Raw talking about, how just basically Nitro was better than what was on television that night, and some people were tweeting that they were going to leave and go check it out. But definitely, Nitro was a fun show. I don't think it really reaches its peak until the NWO comes around. There will be definitely a day that drops off around 1998 to 1999. But, they were really always throwing, the best stuff out there they could. It just, they expanded 1 hour, seemed like it wasn't enough, and then they went to 2 hours, and sometimes, even 2 hours seemed like it was too much. And then, it went to 3, and at the time they were 3, they were also making 2 hours of Thunder. So it just ended up being too much wrestling for them to, figure out what to do with everybody and still have good pay-per-views. So, I think that was the biggest downfall of WCW, is just they kept increasing how much they were doing. But, you gotta make the money while you can. Peace out, everybody. Maybe episode 2 coming soon.